Alright, so another Robinhood video for you guys. So this video, we're going over why I stopped trading penny stocks on Robinhood. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. My name is Thomas. On this channel, we talk about carving our own path to financial freedom. If that's of interest, jump down quick, subscribe. I'm posting every single day on the channel. And then on top of that, if you like and comment down below, you're into a shout out giveaway where I'm going to be shouting out at least 5 people at the end of every month who've been commenting on my videos. Now real quick guys, I'm actually going to go over an example, a specific example of why I've actually changed my strategy in terms of where I'm investing and into penny stocks and what I'm doing. So I'm going to go over a specific example for you guys, so make sure you stick to that. And at the end, I'm going to go over an awesome bonus that you can take advantage of right now. So let's jump into the video guys. Robinhood is came out as one of the first free trading brokerage platforms where you can trade stocks and whatever you want to trade, options now as well. You can trade that no commissions. There was no commissions. This was before all of the different brokers have transitioned to a free commissions or no commissions in terms of trading. And so Robinhood kind of kick-started that whole process because they were getting so many young millennials who were jumping into the platform and they were competing big time with the Charles Schwab, the Fidelity, the E-Trade, and so all those big time platforms, all those investing brokerage and all those different accounts, they couldn't keep up with all the they couldn't gain new customers because Robinhood was taking over as a very simplistic and easy to use and free platform for people who just want to invest a little bit of money or a lot of money. It didn't really matter, but it appealed to a lot of basic investors who were not active traders. They were just basic investors. But through that, it also drew the attention of some active traders. So if you're an active intraday or swing trader, Robinhood became pretty appealing, especially when you were just starting out in terms of learning, because, well, what can you do? You can trade for free. And when you're trading with $100 just to kind of practice and kind of, really hone in your skills on trading whatever you're going to trade, whether that's options, whether that's penny stocks, whether that's any stocks you want to trade, if you're trading with $100 or even $1,000 where it's something that's not too significant, when it comes down to it, it made sense to go with Robinhood because, of course, compounding losses when you're learning, when you're just starting out, on top of paying commissions for buying and then selling, that's what really is going to kill you. So let's say you're trading with $100, but you got to pay a $5 payment essentially for a commission on the buy and on the sell. You've got to make $11 on that trade or else you're going to lose money. So it didn't really make sense. So why would someone go to a broker and do this when they could just start using Robinhood and on top of that, do it all from their phone? So in doing so, a lot of these brokers transitioned over to now having free trading. And so what does Robinhood have to do? Well, they've had to compete with everyone else transitioning to free trading because now they can't stand out. So now it's okay, well, our platform is a pretty basic platform. Yeah, it appeals to a lot of people because it's so basic and it's so simplified and it makes things very easy to see and understand. That's a great plus. But now how do we compete with everyone going to free trading? Well, Robinhood has come out with a cash management program, which means your uninvested cash is going to earn a 1.8%. Now that actually is going to vary depending on interest rates and the Fed, if they're going to raise or lower rates in the US here, but that is going to vary. So that they came out with that, so that's awesome for just cash sitting in the bank. It essentially doubles as an investment account and a high interest savings. So at a minimum, take your money out of your bank, put it into Robinhood, it's going to earn you some money and you're not going to let that money just sit in the bank and earn nothing. And with inflation, it's really a terrible situation to have money just sitting in the bank. On top of that, they have some drip features, which means automatic dividend reinvesting. So let's say you invest in a stock, it has a dividend, you can set up drip, which means it's going to take the dividends you earn from that stock and reinvest it back into that stock. Now, if you're someone who's just starting out, don't have a lot of money, and you not going to earn that much in terms of the dividend, let's say you have $100 invested in the dividends 2%, you're going to earn $2 at the end of the year. Well, that can't buy a full share. For example, let's say the stock price is like $50. It's not going to buy you a full share. Well, Robinhood is now coming out with fractional share. It's in the works, so I'm on a wait list myself. A lot of other people are as well. But now you can have that dividend reinvested into fractional shares. So it doesn't have to be a full share. It can be a fraction of a share, and then that can continue to compound. And then you can see the game of compound interest. If you want to take Warren Buffett's advice, compound interest is your best friend. In addition, I'm also building out a dividend portfolio, more of like a passive income portfolio over on Robinhood. So I'm going to be filming those videos here on the channel and kind of updating what I'm doing, what I'm buying, why I'm buying different things. So make sure you stick around and subscribe so you don't miss those videos. But on top of that, I'm also trading more actively. And as I got into trading more actively the past couple months, I started with options on Robinhood and I transitioned to trading other stocks. And then I kind of transitioned to penny stocks. And so I got into penny stocks And really what I was really doing here is testing out a lot of different things, testing out so many different things to see what I liked best, to see what worked best with me, and eventually something would stick. So that was the idea behind the penny stocks. I kind of joined some groups, I took some courses, got an idea of how trading works, and studied a lot of things, saw the charts, kind of was in the game, and then started trading penny stocks. And recently, the past 3 to 4 months now, actually about 4 months as of now, I've had over 170% gains on my small account in terms of penny stocks. But the problem was, the thing is that account was not Robinhood. That account is actually Webull. Shameless plug, link down below for Webull. You can sign up for free, get a free stock, deposit $100, get your second free stock on Webull, and that is a great place to start in terms of an awesome sign-up bonus. That's linked down below, as well as free stock on Robinhood. If you hadn't already joined the Robinhood platform, highly recommend both. I use both, so there you go. But I was trading these penny stocks, and then what happened was this one specific example that I want to go over. The specific stock was SFET, and what happened with SFET was news came out pre-market. Now the news was good news, it was positive news, and so that positive news came out pre-market, okay? And here's the problem. When it comes to Robinhood, you can only trade from 9 to 9:30 pre-market. This is Eastern time. Regular trading hours are from 9:30 to 4 p.m. Eastern time. I'm in Eastern time, so I'm in the US. So that's what at least how I know the markets and how I see the times. And then you can also trade, the markets are also open outside of those times. So like pre-market hours and aftermarket hours. But Robinhood only allows you to trade from 9 a.m. to 9:30 pre-market, and then of course from 9:30 to 4, and then aftermarket hours from 4 to 6. And so what happened there was I got screwed because the news came out at 7 a.m. So hopefully you can start to see the pain here. When the news came out at 7 a.m., I couldn't do anything. And what happens with these penny stocks, these low float stocks that I like to trade, the reason why they're low floats is because they don't have that many shares available. There's not that many shares in general available to be traded. So what does that mean? Well, they're thin. So a good amount of volume comes in based off of news, anything like that, and these stocks can fly up, and it's not difficult. And I have a video talking about how stocks and how you can make 1,000% trading these penny stocks. It's not super difficult for that to happen. It has happened many times. And so when this happened, it was not that significant. It was more like 100 and 105, 110%, but I missed out on that massive gain. Then what ended up happening was once market hours opened, or once I came to 9 a.m., the stock had already come back down to where I bought in at. And so I had bought in, I want to say it was around $6 or something like that. This is going back to November of 2019. So I'm trying to remember here, and I have it written down somewhere, and I'll put some screenshots to kind of go over the stock prices so you guys can kind of see. But when it comes down to it, it was back down around 9 a.m. to right around where I bought in. So I was like, okay, well, let's just see what happens. Let the market open up, and when the market opens up, maybe people will start to jump back in and see the volume, and it would kind of go back up. And what happened was it went up somewhat, and then it came right back down. And so I didn't lose money on it, but I also didn't make money on it when it came to my Robinhood account because of those hours that I couldn't trade the stocks. I couldn't get out when I wanted to get out. Now, it was something I really didn't know, was it'd be kind of like a beginner mistake. And so hopefully for someone watching who's getting into this and who's jumping into penny stock and things like that, they can kind of see this video, understand now why I'm not doing that and why it makes sense. Or at least if you're going to use Robinhood, understand the risks, understand if this happens, you're not going to be able to get out sometimes when the news comes out. So you'll have to wait till at least 9 a.m. to be able to put that order in pre-market Robinhood hours. Okay, if you do have another broker though, and the reason why I switched over to Webull for my active trading was because I could now trade from 4 a.m. until the market opens at 9:30 pre-market hours, and then from 4 p.m. until 8 p.m. after market hours. So if anything happens, any news, any increase in volume, anything, I'm able to be able to in and out no matter what because there is activity. Now, not no matter what, because of course for everyone who's buying, there has to be someone selling, and for everyone who's selling, there's got to be a buyer. So there's got to be that exchange. So if there's super low volume, it's going to be tougher to get out. If you have a ton of shares, it might be tough to fill all of those shares. But at least I know I have a better chance of being able to get out and get in when I want to, and when in potentially pre-market hours or after-market hours when I need to. And I can't tell you how many stocks I have actually traded pre-market hours and even after-market hours after this has happened. It's just because it's not always that during the market hours you're going to be able to sell. Many times news does come out or there is some spike or something happens in the morning hours. And when that happens, it's a great time when there's high volume to be able to get in and out and secure those profits, or at least take some of my shares off the top. There was one trade, for example, that the stock was moving up so fast and I was not expecting it. And so what did I do? I just sold a good half of my shares right like that, because I had already made 20-30% on the play, and I was envisioning that to be where I was going to make, but it happened so fast that I said, you know what, let me just sell half off the top. And it was pre-market hours. I just literally woke up out of bed, rolled over and saw some crazy action going on and said, you know what, let me just get some of that off to secure a profit and then let the rest ride. And then when the rest kind of came back down and then eventually moved back up, I was fine. And at least I knew I had secured a significant profit off the table and I didn't have to worry. So like I was mentioning, I am now using Webull for that. So if you guys want to stay tuned and stick around and hear more about that, I have a weekly trading update where I do every Saturday. I go over the trades I made the past week in the market. So it's very active and very up to date. And so if you want to check out those videos, those are every Saturday here on the channel. And on top of that, the links down below for Webull for those 2 free stocks. Make sure you check it out if you have not used it. At a minimum, if you use Robinhood or use another brokerage, try sign up for Webull, take that money. Once you deposit, it takes a couple days for the stocks to settle, for the deposit to settle, and for you to unlock the second free stock. But once you do, after a little bit, what you can then do is cash everything out and then put it back into a different broker, or cash it out, pay for gas, pay for groceries, whatever it is, because it's an awesome sign up bonus and I really highly recommend it down below. With that being said, hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button, check out the videos right over here, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.